One message can change the temperature of your entire day. You open your phone and see, we need to talk. No context, no explanation, just 4 words. Suddenly, your mind becomes a command center with every alarm going off at once. Did I make a mistake? Is someone disappointed? Is the project in danger? What am I supposed to fix first? And then the reaction starts. At 9:07, you send 3 paragraphs defending yourself. At 9:14, you learn the message was only about a scheduling change. The crisis was imaginary, but the damage to your tone was real. You've spent energy, trust, and attention responding to a story your mind wrote before the facts arrived. Welcome to your Conscious Commander Daily Dose, where life's greatest tests become our sharpest compass. Let's get into it. Today, we're building a 2-minute practice I call the inner briefing. It is for the moment before you answer the message, enter the meeting, make the call, or carry workplace tension through your front door. It won't give you complete certainty. That's not the promise. It will help you regain enough clarity to act without letting fear take command. The briefing has 3 questions. What do I know? What am I telling myself? And what is mine to steward today? 3 questions, then movement. Not endless analysis, not emotional suppression, a cleaner relationship with reality. Start with, what do I know? Not what do I suspect? Not what would make the story complete. What has actually happened? The client postponed the meeting. The revised document has not arrived. A colleague sounded tense on the call. Someone at home came in unusually quiet. Those statements may be incomplete, but they are clean. A neutral observer could confirm them without climbing inside your mind. Now, here's the trap. The mind wants to make the facts feel finished. It adds, they must be angry. This always happens. The whole plan is falling apart. Words like obviously, always, never, and they must often signal that interpretation has put on a facts uniform. So name the facts as they exist right now and leave room for them to change. New information is not an embarrassment. Updating your understanding is not weakness. Clarity is an honest relationship with reality, not a stubborn attachment to your first impression. Then ask, what am I telling myself? This is where you separate the event from the meaning you've attached to it. The fact is, my manager asked to review the numbers. The story says I'm about to lose credibility. The fact is, a team member missed a deadline. The story says they don't respect me, so I need to become harsh. And this is where the mind gets clever. It presents a prediction with such confidence that you forget it is still a prediction. Ask yourself, what am I adding? A motive, a deadline, a worst case outcome, an old disappointment carried into a new room. Maybe you're telling yourself that you must be available, impressive, agreeable, or completely in control at all times. Your feelings still matter. Anxiety may be telling you that something matters. Anger may be pointing toward a crossed boundary. Shame may be showing you where you want to grow. Listen carefully, but don't confuse a signal with an instruction. You're allowed to feel urgency without handing urgency the steering wheel. Now we reach the question that turns self-awareness into leadership. What is mine to steward today? Your part may be to tell the truth clearly, ask for missing information, correct an error, or prepare the next step. It may also be to pause long enough to stop exhaustion from making every problem look permanent. But your responsibility has edges. You can own your words. You cannot own another adult's reaction. You can prepare well. You cannot guarantee the outcome. If a client is upset, your job is to give an accurate update, not to manufacture their confidence. For listeners who bring faith into their leadership, this can be a simple prayer. Give me the courage to tell the truth, the humility to ask for help, and the wisdom to release what I cannot control. Then act. Prayer is not a reason to postpone the next responsible step. Let's put the briefing into a real morning. A key deliverable is late. A client wants to know whether the project is still on track. One team member says they're overwhelmed. Your first thought is, I have to take over. No, that is the story. The fact is only that the deliverable is late, the client needs an update, and someone needs support. Take one breath, put both feet on the floor if you can. Then say, what do I know? The deliverable is late. I don't yet know the cause, the actual impact, or the earliest realistic completion time. That's enough to begin. Next, what am I telling myself? I'm telling myself the client has lost confidence, the delay proves poor leadership, and I have to solve everything personally. Notice the difference. Those thoughts may contain concerns worth checking, but they are not confirmed facts. Then, what is mine to steward today? I need the actual blocker from the person responsible. I need to send the client an honest update with a specific time for the next update. I need to ask the overwhelmed team member what support or prioritization would help. I need the facts first, not a performance of panic. Now turn clarity into conduct, one measured communication. I know the deliverable is delayed and I'm checking the cause now. I will send you a confirmed status by 2:00. No excuses, no dramatic promises, no false confidence. One immediate action, ask for the current file, the actual blocker, and the earliest realistic completion time. That action increases your contact with reality. One boundary. Don't check every channel at once. Don't rewrite the entire project before understanding the problem. And don't let everyone else's urgency erase your judgment. In a genuine crisis, the inner briefing is not permission to become slow. Move people to safety. Call the appropriate person. Preserve important information. State what you know and what you don't. The practice helps you find the next verifiable step. Calm does not mean delay. Calm means your action is connected to reality. Before you close this episode, write 3 lines about the decision currently occupying your mind. What do I know? What am I telling myself? What is mine to steward today? Then choose one communication, one action, and one boundary. If the facts change, update the briefing. If the fear returns, name it again. If your responsibility is clear, move. That is how you lead yourself before you lead the room, not by controlling every variable, but by governing your attention, telling the truth about your limits, and holding the line on what matters. Share this episode with one person who leads under pressure and keep the 3 questions close for the next difficult decision. Thanks for listening, and until next time, navigate the noise, hold the line, and live with spiritual integrity, character, and command